Now that Xuanfang is all proper, let's talk about the region based on the information provided in 3.5. I'll start with its geography, its history, its purpose for existing, the government bodies that exist within Xuanfang, and the Sentinel. Xuanfang is a region that sits between Mengzhou and Jinzhou. This place is special in that it serves as a bottleneck to funnel tacit discords coming from the Northfall Barons from entering the rest of Fanglong. The land of Xuanfang was also one of two battlegrounds in the Fortress-Gorges War, the other being in the Gorges of Spirits in Jinzhou. The war was triggered by an unprecedented tacit discord outbreak that involved Jinzhou's Trinodian of War overtracks caused indirectly by Sentinel Jue. According to the 100% exploration note of Xuanfang Hold, the tacit discord outbreak was due to the injuries Jue sustained on transit to Solaris. The Jinzhou region, prior to Jue's appearance, was majorly in ruins and only had several garrisons to suppress small-scale tacit discord outbreaks, one of these regions being in Mount Firmament Hongzhen. During this period, Jue would ascend to Hongzhen, saving the region by putting it in a time bubble. However, having appeared in Jinzhou at all had caused the tacit discords in Northfall Barons to target Mount Firmament, heading south, arriving at the Gorges of Spirits. Mengzhou, being the neighboring region, was at major risk. To protect it, and by extension the rest of Fanglong, the decision was made to construct a fortress city at one of the entry points to Mengzhou, which we would know today to be the land of Xuanfang. Made between the collaboration of Mengzhou's Ministry of Development and Zhoujun Atelier, the name of this fortress city was Yuan Fortress. Despite man's best efforts though, Yuan Fortress was being overrun, and Shen had correctly deduced that the fortress would not be enough to win the war. So using her authority, Shen would, with the collaboration with the courts of Savante, create the Xuanfang Hold, a masterpiece of automata mechanics that would redirect and eliminate tacit discords. However, days before the Xuanfang Hold was completed, Overtrax had launched a surprise wave of TDs. In order to defend it, Mengzhou's remaining soldiers elected to detonate Yuan Fortress, where it now sits in ruins under the clouds under Xuanfang Hold. Following its completion, the tacit discords were driven back and Mengzhou was saved. Xuanfang Hold is a creation of Shen, and thus is the property of Mengzhou and is subject to all of Mengzhou's local laws. However, the hold itself stands on both Mengzhou and Jinzhou's borders, so the sentinels of both regions, being Shen and Jue, laid down some agreements, one of them being what to do in the event of an emergency. Typically, entry to Xuanfang to and from Mengzhou and Jinzhou is handled by checkpoints, named the Gates of Xuanfang, following a robust screening process handled by Xuanfang's Ministry of Foreign Affairs. However, in cases of emergencies, these gates close, blocking anyone or anything from entering or leaving Xuanfang. Thus, in order to enter, the agreement was that the Sentinel Resonator of Mengzhou and Jinzhou are required to obtain what is described by Jinshi as a spare key. Then they are allowed passage into Xuanfang. This key can only be invoked in the event of an emergency, but what constitutes as an emergency is wholly dependent on the current magistrate of the region. Xuanfang, like any other city in Huanglong, has its own Ministry of War, Development, Foreign Affairs, and Huashu Academy. In Xuanfang, the military are the Xuanfang Wardens, commanded by the Xuan Triad, who takes orders from both the presiding commander and Paragon. The current commander of the Xuanfang Wardens is Zhou Hong, and the current Paragon is Xing Xiao. The Ministry of Development in Xuanfang is responsible for developing the resonance nexuses present around the region. In here, they are called the Lexicon Axis, and it doubles as an access point for personnel to access the Mingshan system, as well as maintain regional comms. They also developed the Cloud Ride as a joint venture with Mengzhou's Huashu Academy, not to be confused with Xuanfang's Huashu Academy. This specific branch specializes in medicine, also serving as the region's local hospital. Mengzhou's Sentinel is Shen the Moonfox, and currently, as of the making of this video script, we don't really know if she currently has a Sentinel Resonator. Shen is a master of automata mechanics, being responsible for the automata puppets that serve as Xuanfang's primary security, completely eclipsing the Xuanfang Wardens in terms of combat, as well as the construction of Xuanfang Hold itself. Rover, as of 3.5, forged a pact to be able to use a fragment of Shen's power in exchange for prioritizing Xuanfang's best interests, as well as to never ever abandon Xuanfang. And that should be everything that we know about Xuanfang so far as a region. As far as introductions go, I think this patch did a really good job. what did you think? If you guys wanted to learn more about Huanglong's government bodies, do check this video out that I made. This one has more specific information regarding how the Ministry of War's generals are chosen, as well as certain government bodies such as the Censorate and the Internal Security Agency. And if you wanted to learn more about Xuanfang's inspiration, there's a video by Buki Bread, Fat Fluffy Penguin that goes over it really concisely. I also made a thumbnail for that video, so do watch it. Alright, thank you for watching. Please like, comment what you loved about Xuanfang so far, and subscribe. Okay, bye, thank you.